So I'll have to give the plants a bit of water, and even though I had a deep layer of mulch, it's not going to get them through the summer. But before I do the watering, I want to do two things. I'll focus on collecting and chop and dropping all this seed collection that you see behind me, all the plants that I let go to seed, and drop that in places, and then once the water comes in, they'll take over. And then secondly, this peach tree is really taking off and taking up a lot of space, so I'm going to try and capture some of that biomass, do a bit of chopping and a bit of pruning, and kind of syntropic style bring that down and feed the soil with that as well. Despite a deep layer of mulch which was laid down 2 years ago and has partially broken down, which is all this material and the wood chip material, you can see once I dig down a bit that the moisture in the soil has definitely retreated further down and is becoming more and more difficult to reach for the plants. Some of the plants are showing quite a bit of heat stress and lack of moisture. For example, this red leaf plantain you can see along here, telling me that maybe now would be the moment to do a first watering session of the season. The whole concept is very simple. You let the plants go to seed, you chop them down, they feed the soil, and by the time the water comes, either through rain or when I actively water, the seeds will find their spots that they want to be in, and then they'll start growing. I've gone through and pretty much chopped this whole thing down. The soil is going to be covered again, mostly by plants that have set seed that I'd like. So here's black Spanish radish seed, there's silver beet seed, there's heaps of lettuce seed as well, and I can show you a close-up what it looks like. So this is the soil underneath, and there's heaps of seeds. So here's the silver beet seed, and there's going to be lettuce seeds right there, and then besides that there's also onion seed that was growing along the border. So that's that area done, freshly mowed, chopped and dropped, and all the seed ready to go once I give it a water. That just leaves this big bad boy that needs a haircut. Two quick observations with regards to the peach tree. First up, of course, it is looking pretty darn healthy with heaps of beautiful peaches coming up. And that is as opposed to the beginning of the season when it was looking very ill and looked like it was struggling a lot. And that same pattern happened last year as well, where it came out in leaf, got a bunch of leaf curl, and then for some reason just explodes and then pulls away. Then second observation is, you might think that all this leaf matter is casting a lot of shade on the garden. Well, then you're absolutely correct. However, at this time in the season, when there's a lot of very little rain actually, plants underneath the peach tree, and especially the seedlings that have come up using my chop and drop system, seem to be thriving a lot more underneath the peach tree compared to the plants that are not underneath the peach tree. They are struggling a lot more, the ground is a lot drier, so there's actually a bit of benefit to having that peach tree around. That's most of the pruning that I wanted to do today with regards to giving this beautiful peach a haircut. All that's left to do now is go through and chop up some of the prunings and feed them kind of straight back to the base of the tree, so all the nutrients get recycled and the peach tree get a nice big boost. I can also hear you thinking, how on earth is any type of plant from seed going to be able to grow through this huge thick layer of mulch and all this mess that I've just made? Well, you're going to have to trust me on this one, because I'll put a bit of water on the garden and maybe we'll get some rain later on, but with nice amounts of moisture and heaps of sunlight and warmth, this is going to melt, and in no time this will be decomposed and gone back into the soil, and within no time all the seedlings will get the space, and this is going to be covered in nice greens and veggies and all the good stuff.